Listen before you blink, before you scroll. I'm about to show you something that will shake your brain awake. Right now, inside your pocket, inside that old jar of forgotten coins, inside every dusty corner of your home, a silent fortune might be hiding. I'm talking about ordinary-looking wheat pennies, blackened, rusty, scratched, the kind of coins people toss away without even a second look. But what if I told you those same ugly coins are actually $320,000? Treasures in today's auction market. Yes, the kind of hidden wealth that turns one lucky finder into a legend overnight. And in the next few seconds, I'm going to show you one of these coins. Not tomorrow, not later, right now. Because what you're about to hear isn't rumor, isn't theory, isn't wishful thinking. This is current, freshly updated, music, reality-shaking auction data. These coins are turning into financial fireballs, climbing higher day by day. Exploding in value while most people walk past them like they are worthless dust. Stay locked in, because if you skip even 1 second, music, you might miss the one detail that could reveal a six-figure treasure hiding in your own pocket change. And trust me, the last coin on this list, that one is going to hit you like a cliffhanger drop from the sky. So inhale, focus, and get ready, because today's video uncovers the top 10 most valuable wheat penny rare coins. Hidden treasures, the ultra-rare coins you never knew could make you rich. And we're starting right now. All. 1926 Lincoln Wheat Cent, Philadelphia, no mint mark. Minting process. The 1926 Lincoln Wheat Cent was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, using the standard bronze cent manufacturing process of the 1920s. Although the methods were highly efficient for the era, each step could introduce small differences that collectors study today. Die creation. Master hubs engraved by designer Victor David Brenner were used to create master dies. Working hubs were then made from these master dies, and finally working dies struck the coins used in production. Each working die contained: date 1926. Lincoln portrait. Wheat ears reverse. No mint mark. Philadelphia issues did not carry a mint mark. Every working die slowly wore down as thousands of coins were struck. Blank preparation. Bronze strips composed of 95% copper, 5% tin and zinc were rolled to the correct thickness. Blanking presses punched out round discs called planchets. These blanks were slightly larger than the finished coin because striking compressed the metal. Annealing. Freshly punched blanks were too hard. The mint heated them in large furnaces to soften the bronze. After heating, the blanks were cooled, washed, chemically cleaned, dried. This process helped metal flow evenly into the dies. Upsetting. Each blank passed through an upsetting mill. This machine created a slightly raised rim before striking. The raised rim protected the design, helped metal flow evenly, improved strike quality. Striking. Planchets entered high-speed coining presses. Each blank was struck between obverse and reverse dies under tremendous pressure. Usually only one strike was used. A properly adjusted press produced sharp lettering, detailed wheat ears, clear Lincoln portrait, full rims. Inspection. Mint inspectors removed coins showing obvious defects, including major off-center strikes, severe laminations, incomplete strikes, clipped planchets. Minor die cracks and small die chips often escaped inspection and entered circulation. Early die state, IDS. Coins struck from fresh dies usually show crisp beard details, sharp wheat kernels, strong lettering, satiny mint luster, minimal die flow lines. Collectors generally prefer early die state examples. Middle die state, MDS. As production continued, tiny die polish lines appeared. Strike quality softened slightly. Minor die cracks sometimes developed. Most surviving mint state 1926 cents come from this stage. Late die state, LDS. Near the end of a die's life, collectors may observe weak lettering, softened wheat lines, flow lines, die fatigue, small retained cuds, minor die cracks. Philadelphia frequently used dies until they were no longer serviceable, making late die state coins fairly common. Known errors and varieties. The 1926 Philadelphia Lincoln cent has no major nationally recognized variety comparable to the famous 1909 SVDB or 1955 double die. However, several mint errors are known. Officially recognized major varieties. No major FS, Fivaz Stanton, double die or other widely recognized variety is attributed to the normal 1926 Philadelphia cent by major references such as PCGS or Cherry Picker's Guide. Double dies. Minor double dies exist on some working dies. Most are very subtle. No famous premium variety is recognized. Status, minor examples documented, no major collectible variety recognized. Repunched mint marks, RPM. Because Philadelphia coins have no mint mark, RPM varieties do not exist. Status not applicable. Over mint marks, OMM. None documented. Status not recognized. Die cracks. Documented. Common locations include around the date, through lettering, across wheat stalks. Small die cracks usually add only modest collector interest. Die chips. Documented. Often found inside letters, around wheat stalks, near the date. Minor die chips are common. Off-center strikes. Genuine mint errors. Premium depends upon percentage off-center. Visibility of the date. Overall eye appeal. Clipped planchets. Documented. Created when the blanking press overlapped a previously punched hole. Curved clips are the most common. Broad strikes. Known. Produced when the retaining collar failed during striking. Coins appear wider with no defined rim. Wrong planchet errors. Extremely rare. Occasionally Lincoln cents from this era have been certified on foreign or incorrect planchets, but no well-known recurring 1926 Philadelphia wrong planchet variety exists. Lamination errors. Occasionally encountered. These result from impurities in the bronze alloy, causing peeling metal. Struck through errors. Known. Produced when grease, wire, cloth fibers, or debris became trapped between die and planchet. Authentication. Because genuine 1926 Philadelphia cents are common, counterfeiting is less common than for key dates, but altered coins still exist. Genuine specifications. Weight. Standard 3.11 grams. Minor manufacturing tolerance is expected. Diameter. 19. Edge. Plain. Composition. 95% copper. 5% tin and zinc. Magnetic. Not magnetic. Counterfeit warning signs. Watch for cast surfaces. Porous texture. Blurry lettering. Incorrect color. Weak rims. Unusual weight. Altered coins. Collectors should inspect for added mint marks. Removed mint marks. Re-engraved dates. Artificial tunning. Claned surfaces. Although the 1926 Philadelphia is not a key date, altered examples occasionally appear. Best authentication. For expensive mint state coins. Weigh accurately. Measure diameter. Compare diagnostics. Obtain certification from PCGS or NGC. Certification populations change regularly as additional coins are submitted. PCGS. Thousands of 1926 Philadelphia cents have been certified across brown, BN, red-brown RB, and red RD designations, reflecting the coin's large surviving population. NGC. NGC also reports thousands of certified examples in multiple color designations. CAC. CAC has approved a smaller subset of already certified high-quality examples, generally those with exceptional eye appeal for the assigned grade. Finest known. The finest certified examples are superb gem red coins, MS67, MS67 plus RD, depending on current census, and they are scarce because original full red color rarely survives for a century. Census rankings may change as new submissions are graded. Section 13. Condition rarity. Circulated. Very common. Millions entered circulation, and many survive today. Most examples grade. Good. Very good. Fine. Very fine. Mint state. Available but increasingly difficult with. Strong strike. Original surfaces. Attractive color. Gem quality. MS65 and better coins become noticeably scarcer, particularly with full red RD color. Registry quality. Registry collectors seek coins with exceptional luster. Original red color. Virtually flawless surfaces. Strong strike. Premium eye appeal. These attributes create significant price premiums over ordinary mint state coins. Section 14. Documented auction records. The 1926 Philadelphia cent is not a $1 million coin. Record prices are driven by exceptional preservation and color. MS64 Brown, BN, sold for $408 at Heritage Auctions on June 10, 2020, according to PCGS Coin Facts. This premium reflected strong preservation for a brown example. Gem Red RD examples have sold for several $100s in recent Heritage and other major auction appearances, depending on grade and eye appeal, but routine mint state examples usually sell for much less. No verified $1 million or six-figure auction records exist for the regular 1926 Philadelphia Lincoln Wheat Cent. Market value. Estimated retail values subject to market conditions. Grade approximate value. Good G4 0, $25 1. Fine F12 $1 3. Very fine VF20 $3 8. Extremely fine XF40 $8 20. About uncirculated IU 5058 $20 50. MS63 Brown $40 80. MS64 Brown $80 150. MS65 Red $200 400 plus. Verified auction prices for top-grade certified examples may exceed these estimates when the coin has exceptional color, luster, eye appeal, or strong bidding. Next up. The 1940 no-mint mark Lincoln Wheat Penny that could be worth thousands. Have you ever picked up an old penny without giving it a second thought? Maybe it was lying in a coin jar on your kitchen counter, tucked inside your grandfather's coin album, or mixed into a handful of loose change from a local store. Most people would spend it without hesitation. But what if that ordinary-looking copper cent was actually hiding a remarkable secret? What if one tiny detail, so small that millions of people overlook it every single day, could transform a 1-cent coin into a collectible worth hundreds, thousands, or even tens of thousands of dollars? It may sound unbelievable, but stories just like this have happened again and again in the world of rare coin collecting. Today we're uncovering the mystery behind the 1940 Lincoln Wheat Penny with no mint mark, a coin that appears common at first glance, yet continues to surprise collectors with rare errors, exceptional high-grade examples, and astonishing auction results. But here's where things get interesting. The most valuable examples don't always stand out. In fact, the coin sitting unnoticed in an old piggy bank or forgotten collection could be the one collectors have been searching for. Stay with me because what happened next shocked collectors, and the highest values may leave you speechless. The 1940 Lincoln Wheat Penny, without a mint mark, was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which did not place a mint mark on cents during that era. More than 500 million were produced, making it one of the most available wheat cents in circulation. That might sound like it should make the coin worthless, but experienced collectors know that rarity is only one part of the story. Condition, striking quality, color, and mint errors can dramatically separate an ordinary penny from one that commands impressive prices. This tiny detail could change everything. To understand why this coin remains so popular, we have to travel back to America in 1940. The country was emerging from the Great Depression, while the world was moving toward global conflict. Every coin produced during this period became part of everyday American life, passing through countless hands during one of the most important decades in history. The Lincoln Wheat Penny itself had already become an American icon, first introduced in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it was the first regular U.S. circulating coin to feature a real historical person instead of the symbolic liberty figure. The obverse of the 1940 wheat penny features the dignified portrait of Abraham Lincoln facing to the right. Above his head appears the national motto, "In God We Trust," while liberty is positioned to the left. The date, 1940, appears on the right side with no mint mark beneath it, confirming it was struck in Philadelphia. Turn the coin over, and you'll see the famous reverse featuring two graceful wheat stalks framing the inscriptions, 1 cent, and United States of America, with the motto EPLURBUSUNUM arching above. This timeless design remained in use until 1958, and remains one of the most beloved coin designs ever produced by the United States Mint. The specifications are equally important for identification. A genuine 1940 Lincoln wheat penny weighs approximately 3.11 grams, measures 19.05 millimeters in diameter, and is composed of 95% copper with 5% tin and zinc. Because it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, there should be no mint mark beneath the date. If you notice anything unusual about the weight, metal color, or design, it deserves a closer examination because alterations and counterfeit pieces do exist. But the real excitement begins when collectors start searching for mint errors. While no major double-die variety is universally recognized for the 1940 Philadelphia cent, valuable examples are known with dramatic off-center strikes, clipped planchets, die cracks, broad strikes, lamination errors, and die breaks. These mint-made mistakes occurred during production and can increase collector demand significantly. Most people never notice this because they assume every old penny is identical. Yet these unusual production errors are exactly what advanced collectors hope to find. And this is only the beginning. In the next part, we'll reveal the most valuable 1940 wheat penny errors, real auction records, collector demand, hidden diagnostics, and the highest prices ever paid for extraordinary examples. The value may leave you speechless. Next up, the 1941 no mint mark Lincoln wheat penny that could be worth far more than 1 cent. Imagine reaching into an old jar of loose change, pulling out a worn copper penny, and tossing it aside because it's just another old cent. Now imagine discovering that the very same coin could be worth hundreds, thousands, or even tens of thousands of dollars to the right collector. It sounds impossible, but stories exactly like this have happened in the world of rare coins. Every year, ordinary people uncover valuable Lincoln wheat pennies hidden in inherited collections, forgotten piggy banks, estate sales, and even rolls from the bank. And today we're taking a close look at one of the most fascinating examples, the 1941 Lincoln wheat penny with no mint mark. At first glance, it appears to be one of the most common pennies ever made, but here's where things get interesting. Hidden among the millions struck at the Philadelphia Mint are extraordinary examples with exceptional quality, rare mint errors, and remarkable auction histories. Most people never notice this because they focus only on the date, while experienced collectors search for tiny details that can completely change a coin's value. Stay with me until the very end, because the highest prices paid for this seemingly ordinary penny may leave you speechless. The 1941 Lincoln wheat penny, without a mint mark, was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally did not place a mint mark on cents during this era. More than 887 million examples were produced, making it one of the highest mintage wheat pennies before America's entry into World War II. That enormous production means circulated examples remain common today. However, surviving coins with blazing original red color, razor-sharp strikes, and outstanding preservation are surprisingly difficult to find. This tiny detail could change everything, because condition is often the single biggest factor separating a 1-cent coin from one worth thousands. The historical setting makes this coin even more fascinating. In 1941, the United States stood on the edge of a historic turning point. Although the country had not yet entered World War II, industries were expanding rapidly, and billions of coins were needed to support the growing economy. These pennies passed through the hands of workers, soldiers, families, and businesses during one of the most important periods in American history. Every surviving coin carries a small piece of that remarkable story. The design is one of the most recognizable in American numismatics. On the obverse, Abraham Lincoln's portrait, designed by Victor David Brenner, faces right with remarkable dignity. Above his head appears the motto "In God We Trust," while liberty stands proudly to the left. The date, 1941, is displayed on the right, and because this coin was struck in Philadelphia, there is no mint mark beneath the date. Turn the coin over and you'll find two elegant wheat stalks surrounding the words, 1 cent, and United States of America, with EPLURBUSUNUM arching across the top. This iconic wheat reverse remained in production until 1958, and continues to be one of the most beloved designs ever placed on a US coin. The specifications provide another important clue for collectors. A genuine 1941 Lincoln wheat penny should weigh approximately 3.11 grams, measure 19.05 millimeters in diameter, and consist of 95% copper with 5% tin and zinc. Its smooth edge, rich copper composition, and proper weight help distinguish authentic examples from damaged, altered, or counterfeit pieces. If the weight is significantly different, or the color appears unusual, further examination is always recommended. But the real excitement begins when collectors start hunting for mint-made errors. While there is no universally recognized major double-die variety for the 1941 Philadelphia cent, valuable examples exist with off-center strikes, clipped planchets, broad strikes, lamination errors, die cracks, cuds, struck-through errors, and dramatic die breaks. What happened next shocked collectors when some of these unusual pieces began appearing in certified auctions, selling for many times the value of ordinary wheat pennies. Most people never notice these minting mistakes because they assume every coin should look exactly the same, but experienced collectors know that these imperfections often create the greatest treasures. And we've only scratched the surface. In the next part, we'll uncover the rarest 1941 wheat penny errors, reveal authentic auction records, explain exactly how to identify valuable examples, expose common counterfeit tricks, and finally reveal the highest known values that have made this humble copper cent one of the most exciting coins for collectors to search for today. Next up, the 1939 no mint mark Lincoln wheat penny that could be worth a fortune. What if one of the oldest coins hiding in your home isn't just a piece of spare change, but a forgotten treasure waiting to be discovered? Imagine opening an old coin jar, flipping through a family collection, or finding a dusty penny tucked inside an inherited album. At first it looks ordinary. It's brown with age, worn from decades of use, and barely catches your attention. But here's where things get interesting. That simple 1939 Lincoln wheat penny with no mint mark could be worth far more than its face value if it possesses the right combination of condition, rarity, and mint-made characteristics. Every year, collectors pay astonishing prices for exceptional wheat pennies that most people would have spent without a second thought. Most people never notice this because they assume that if millions were made, none can be valuable. But in the world of numismatics, tiny details can completely rewrite a coin's story. What happened next shocked collectors when ordinary-looking examples began setting impressive auction records. Stay with me until the very end, because the highest known values for this humble copper cent may leave you speechless. The 1939 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, which did not use a mint mark on cents during this period. More than 316 million examples were struck, making it a common date in circulated grades, but a much tougher coin to locate with flawless surfaces and original mint luster. While millions entered circulation, relatively few survived untouched for more than 8 decades. That is why collectors are willing to pay substantial premiums for beautifully preserved examples with brilliant original red color and strong strikes. This tiny detail could change everything, because a coin's condition often determines whether it is worth just a few cents or several $1,000s. To truly appreciate this coin, we need to step back into 1939. America was still recovering from the hardships of the Great Depression, while Europe stood on the brink of World War II. Everyday commerce depended heavily on 1-cent coins, and the Lincoln wheat penny circulated through countless businesses, factories, farms, and neighborhoods. Every surviving 1939 penny carries with it a silent witness to one of history's most significant eras, making these coins far more than simple currency. They are small pieces of living history that continue to fascinate collectors around the world. The design of the 1939 wheat penny is one of the most iconic in American coinage. The obverse features Victor David Brenner's timeless portrait of President Abraham Lincoln facing right. Above Lincoln appears the motto "In God We Trust," while liberty is placed to the left. The date 1939 appears on the right side with no mint mark beneath it, confirming its Philadelphia origin. Turn the coin over and you'll find 2 elegant wheat ears framing the inscriptions, 1 cent, and United States of America, with EPLURBUSU and UM across the top. This classic wheat reverse remained unchanged until 1958, and remains one of the most beloved coin designs ever created by the United States Mint. Collectors also rely on precise specifications to confirm authenticity. A genuine 1939 Lincoln wheat penny should weigh approximately 3.11 grams, measure 19.05 millimeters in diameter, and consist of 95% copper with 5% tin and zinc. Its edge is smooth, and its rich copper composition gives it the familiar reddish-brown appearance. If a coin differs significantly in weight or appearance, it deserves closer examination because alterations, damaged pieces, and counterfeit examples occasionally appear in the marketplace. But now the mystery deepens. While the standard 1939 Philadelphia cent is relatively common, valuable mint-made errors have attracted tremendous collector attention. Off-center strikes, clipped planchets, broad strikes, lamination errors, die cracks, retained cuds, struck-through errors, and dramatic die breaks are all known for Lincoln wheat pennies from this era. Although no major double die variety is widely recognized for the 1939 Philadelphia issue, spectacular error coins, certified by professional grading services, have sold for impressive premiums. Most people never notice these unusual characteristics because they focus only on the date, while experienced collectors carefully inspect every detail under magnification. And we've only begun uncovering the secrets of this remarkable coin. In the next part, we'll reveal the most valuable 1939 wheat penny errors, explain exactly how to identify the highest value examples, uncover real auction records, expose common counterfeit tricks, and finally reveal the astonishing prices that have made some ordinary-looking 1939 pennies worth far more than anyone ever expected. Next up, the 1952 D. Lincoln wheat penny that could be worth thousands. What if one of the most overlooked pennies in America was quietly hiding a secret that collectors have been chasing for decades? Imagine reaching into an old coffee can filled with coins from your grandparents, opening a forgotten piggy bank, or searching through a roll of wheat pennies from the bank. You spot a 1952 penny with a tiny D beneath the date and think nothing of it. After all, millions were made. But here's where things get interesting. Not every 1952 D. Lincoln wheat penny is created equal. Some possess extraordinary mint errors. Others survived in astonishing condition with blazing original mint red color. A select few have crossed the auction block for prices that most people would never believe possible for a 1-cent coin. Most people never notice this because they only see the date. Experienced collectors see the strike, the luster, the color, and the smallest imperfections left behind during the minting process. What happened next shocked collectors when ordinary-looking examples began achieving impressive auction prices. Stay with me until the very end, because the highest value 1952 D wheat pennies may leave you speechless, and one could still be hiding in a collection near you. The 1952 D. Lincoln wheat penny was struck at the Denver Mint, identified by the small D mint mark located beneath the date on the obverse. More than 746 million examples were produced, making it one of the more common wheat pennies of the early 1950s. At first glance, that enormous mintage might suggest the coin has little collector value, but the reality is very different. While circulated examples are common, coins with exceptional eye appeal, sharp strikes, and full original red surfaces become dramatically scarcer. This tiny detail could change everything, because collectors pay significant premiums for coins that have remained virtually untouched since the day they left the mint. To understand this coin, we must travel back to 1952. America was experiencing rapid post-war growth, and the Denver Mint was working around the clock to produce coins needed for a booming economy. Every 1952 D wheat penny entered circulation during an exciting period of expanding industries, growing suburbs, and increasing prosperity. Although most were spent countless times over the decades, a small number escaped circulation entirely, preserving their original beauty for future generations of collectors. The design remained the classic Lincoln wheat cent introduced in 1909 by Victor David Brenner. On the obverse, Abraham Lincoln faces right beneath the national motto "In God We Trust." The word liberty appears to the left, while the date 1952 and the small D mint mark appear on the right. Turn the coin over and the familiar reverse displays two graceful wheat ears surrounding the bold words 1 cent and United States of America, with EPLURBUSUNUM arching above. This elegant reverse design would remain in use until 1958, making the 1952 D one of the final wheat pennies before the Lincoln Memorial design replaced it. Collectors also examine the coin's physical specifications very carefully. A genuine 1952 D Lincoln wheat penny weighs approximately 3.11 grams, measures 19.05 millimeters in diameter, and is composed of 95% copper with 5% tin and zinc. The edge is smooth, and the original copper color should appear rich red, red-brown, or brown depending on preservation. Any unusual weight, magnetic response, or suspicious surface may indicate damage, alteration, or a counterfeit piece that deserves further inspection. But the real excitement begins when collectors start searching for mint-made errors. While no major double-die variety is officially recognized for the 1952 D issue, dramatic off-center strikes, clipped planchets, broad strikes, lamination errors, die cracks, cuds, struck-through errors, and occasional repunched mint mark varieties have generated strong collector interest. Most people never notice this because these errors often appear as tiny imperfections. However, experienced numismatists know that these production mistakes can transform an ordinary penny into a highly desirable collectible worth many times its face value. And we've only uncovered part of the story. In the next section, we'll reveal the most valuable 1952 wheat penny errors, explain exactly how to identify the highest grade examples, uncover real auction records, expose common counterfeit tricks, and finally reveal the incredible prices collectors have paid for the finest known examples. The value may leave you speechless.